Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
And time is up for the counter, as usual. Just checking stuff. We good. Welcome, my name is Ike. This is Switzerland.playit. 10 a.m. Eastern, the TAGN. The angry game news every day, 10 a.m. Eastern here on this channel, Switzerland.playit. On YouTube, Rumble, mainly on Rumble because the most viewers are on Rumble. And the cool kids hang out more on Rumble, it seems. Maybe I'm wrong. Kick and also Twitch, but I never get really viewers there, so I'm just streaming that because I can. I hope you're doing great, everybody. Bimo is in the chat. Ouch, my junk is there. Welcome. We have not a lot of news today, but kind of interesting. And we're gonna dive in a little bit more into AI stuff because that is what just takes off more and more, and we have to keep an eye on the AI stuff. Otherwise, it's gonna overrun us, and we're gonna miss opportunities, and maybe lose a little bit of our humanity. And of all people out there, one guy who I thought was like more based, he seems to be like based for himself, pretty much. Gabe Newell, we're gonna talk about him a little bit. Yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Also, I'm gonna try today something else. Maybe it will work, maybe not. I'm gonna find out. What it's gonna be, I'm gonna tell you later. For that, I need viewers though, otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? That's not the first article. This one. 5 years later, it's finally go time for Netflix live-action Assassin's Creed series. Something nobody really asked for, but Netflix, as usual, tries to make money because they see a big IP and they think, yeah, let's invest some money in that crap and it's gonna be so big. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be on the same level like Resident Evil by Netflix. It's gonna be on the same level like Cowboy Bebop on Netflix. like you know what I mean. Those shows that didn't took off at all. Netflix Assassin's Creed adaptation, which was first announced in 2020, is finally moving forward. The long-in-the-works adaptation based on Ubisoft games is being helmed by Roberto Patino, DMC Westworld Sons of Anarchy. Never saw that one. Westworld, actually good. The first season, amazing. Second season, okay. Third season was like, why? Why we needed that? But yeah. And DMC, don't know what DMC is right now. And David Wiener. Oh, what a wiener. Halo, Homecoming, The Killing. Halo, flop. Big disappointment overall. Homecoming, if it's the one with Julia Roberts, interesting for sure. You should check that out if that's what they mean. The Killing, no idea. Who will serve as creators, showrunners, and executive producers on the show? We've been fans of Assassin's Creed since its release in 2007, Wiener and Patino told Variety. Every day we work on this show, we come away excited and humbled by the possibilities that Assassin's Creed opens to us. Beneath the scope, the spectacle, the parkour, and the thrills is a baseline for the most essential kind of human story, about people searching for purpose, struggling with questions of identity and destiny and faith. Yeah, I don't like that they mentioned identity there, because I never felt it's an identity question in none of those Assassin's Creed games. I mean, it was made into identity stuff, but destiny, yes, because you go back in your DNA memory as Enzo, pretty much. Sure, but identity, fuck off with that. Continuing, the duo said Assassin's Creed is about power and violence and sex and greed and vengeance. But above all that, this is a show about the value of human connection across culture, across time. I mean, that's very true. This statement is very spot on, actually. It's about the human connection, about your own past with your own ancestors, sure. And across cultures, yes. Enzo was not an Arab himself, right? But it is in his DNA. The Arabs went over to Italy and got to Enzo and all that. And across time, yes. And what we stand to lose as a species when those connections break. That's just a vague phrase at the end there. So. Said Wiener and Patino, we've got an amazing team behind us with the folks at Ubisoft and our champions at Netflix. And we are committed to create something undeniable for fans all over the planet. We're gonna decide that for ourselves, okay? Wiener boy and Patino boy. We're gonna decide for that ourselves. I'm not looking forward to it. It could be great. I don't know. I'm not a prophet, right? But knowing that Netflix is in the business of destroying IPs, like already standing IPs, might be very bad. Might be very bad. It seems like Netflix is better with new original stuff than anything else. All the tarts. Ahoy ever eaten, ahoy haste. Champions, yeah, that's the word they used. Yo mama, Yoma. Another movie show that might be really good because what they tell us here right now. FX Alien Earth series won't use any CG for the xenomorph. When FX Alien Earth premieres on August 12th, longtime fans may find themselves holding their breath. Maybe. I like that they don't want to use CG for the xenomorphs. Not only for them. Waiting to see the xenomorphs for the first time. When they do, they may be delighted to find the iconic creature was brought to life using only practical effects. The show's director of photography, Dana Gonzalez, told GameSpot during a roundtable discussion. Only practical effects, which sounds actually like amazing, to be honest. I would love to see like good today's contemporary practical effects with puppets and all that, but with high quality, because you have new abilities, you have new materials, you have new casting possibilities. You can do 3D printing better than 30, 40 years ago, right? You can do a lot of stuff, practical effects these days actually too. It's 100% real, he said, referring to how the team approaches bringing the xenomorphs to life without the use of computer-generated effects. Even in Aliens, I think there's a lot of CG, and we are not doing any CG xenomorph. It's not just the xenomorph that will be brought to life with practical tools. As Gonzalez told the group, the facehuggers we have, they are all real. Even the facehuggers. I already like this show somehow. I hope it's gonna be great. Like story-wise, I hope it has nothing woke in it too much and all that shit. We're gonna see about that. We have many facehuggers that do different things, he said, referring to some of the models I saw during a studio visit that included some with animatronic parts and others that were just meant to be prosthetic. The fact that Veta Workshop built these characters that do several things really well, it means we can see them longer, like even the eggs are quite sophisticated. Gonzalez also revealed that Alien Earth will feature more xenomorph action than any of the movies that have come before it. I asked him how the team expects to keep those scenes intense, given the early films especially relied on the tension of the creature being off-screen or rarely shown. That's a good question, actually. Good job there, GameSpot journalist. How will it work out? Like with too much action, might be like a little bit overload of our senses. It could work though, because some games you see a lot of aliens, a lot of xenomorphs you need to kill. It might work if you keep it like interesting, if you keep like the rest of the story like in tension. And when they show up in hordes, pretty much, right? It could work. Ahoy, Big Z. Zero expectations. Ahoy, Godzilla. ATM huggers. Hopefully good, but I won't hold my breath. Me neither, but it sounds already great with the practical effects, you know. I thought the shadow on Ike's shirt was a sweet stain, but then I remembered I haven't seen him work out in ages. That's just the shadow of the microphone. What the fuck are you talking? She's being horny for me today again. Weird lady. I think we designed something that is very photographable and scary and detailed, he said. I don't know if some other older movies had some of the bigger stunt techniques that we have now with the wire work and the fact that we kind of fly the Xeno around and stuff like that. So it's not so much just coming out and scaring you like a jump scare. It's literally flying through the air. It's chasing you. So there's a lot that supports the fact that you see it. And I don't know that those films have that. Yeah, it might work. It might work. We're gonna wait a little bit longer. What was it, 12th of August? Yes, 12th of August, the show is gonna be released. And I don't even know on which platform though. Was it like HBO, Paramount Plus? Yeah, we're gonna find out. It doesn't matter too much. I'm a little bit looking forward to that for sure. She's dreaming of a sweet, sweat-covered Ike. It looks like, it sounds like. Don't make it weird. It is already weird. I'm buying Hitler mo on his face on one hair at a time. No, I'm not gonna do like the Hitler for $10. And if you need that to see, you have to save $100. But don't do it. Don't be stupid. Use the money for better things. Must have been that sex with Hitler talk yesterday. Yes. This sounds shitty. Like I give it 3 seasons tops. It doesn't matter if it has only 1 season. If it's like 1 season, 8 episodes, each 1 hour with great acting, great story, great effects. I don't give a shit about how many seasons it has, just to be good. They will fuck it up, maybe. You know who didn't fuck it up really that much? You remember the story about GameStop staple the Switch 2? Some people stapled them and pinched through the display. They used that opportunity, got like those broken switches, got the staple itself and auctioned it. I reported on it, I showed it to you. And we got to an end of that auction on eBay, and we are on 250,000 at the end here, which is amazing. And it's for charity. That's even better. They turned something very horrible, like marketing-wise, into something very good, actually. The stapled Nintendo Switch 2 saga has come to a 250,000 US dollars end. Console launched are chaotic endeavors, and the Nintendo Switch 2 launch was exactly that, right up the surprise snacks appearing alongside some new Switches. Chaos was most prevalent, perhaps at GameStop in New York City, specifically Staten Island, where dozens of consoles were ruined by staples that pierced the screens. The auction came to an end on July 16th after 282 bids. As for the winning number, a clean 250,000 US dollars. Only a wee bit more than the console's 450 US dollars price tag. While the incident itself was unfortunate, we hope its legacy serves a greater purpose. Reads the eBay description. On the 250K will certainly serve a greater purpose in helping out Children's Miracle Network hospitals. GameStop hasn't yet announced if it plans to match the winning bidder's charitable donation. The company is conceivably sitting on plenty more stapled Switch 2 consoles, so time will tell if it decides to hold another Staplegate charity auction. I mean, you auctioned also the staple itself, so the price will not be as high anymore. And yeah, but I think they turned that in a great marketing gig here and doing it for charity. Kudos to them. GameStop did something good, in my opinion. Staple snicker. Lol. How do you like them staples? What? Are you making fun of me here? Might help if it isn't linear series and each episode is a short story. That way, not every episode will suck. No, I think I don't even remember this guy's name here. He played also once an Agent 46 in a Hitman movie. I don't remember his name, but I've seen him in other pictures, so it seems like to be a whole story for the whole series, not only single stories each episode. I mean, doesn't matter as long as if it's like Black Mirror, for example, like every episode being a different story. I don't mind either, as long as it's good. I mind though Nolan's fans being like crazy, it seems, actually. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is selling out IMAX theaters a year in advance. I talked about this 2 days ago, and yesterday they started like pre-sales of tickets, and all are gone. All the tickets that were available are gone. But there's also a sad story behind that, because we get scalpers here too. Listenings on IMAX website are either sold out or the links are broken, and the same issue is occurring on the British Film Institute website in the UK. There are currently eBay listings reselling tickets for $150 up to $150 to see the film at the New York City's Lincoln Square and Regal Georgia Theater. There are even some people selling the film poster for $250, showcasing the excitement surrounding this motion picture. Maybe it's excitement, maybe it's just stupidity. I wouldn't ever pay $250 for a poster if it was not like a very, very, very limited poster of a very, very unique movie or something I really, really love. Other than that, you're out of your mind to pay for a poster, $250, for a regular film poster, $250. And even, I mean, the ticket price is $100 for an IMAX ticket. Might be okay-ish. I don't know. Not for me personally, but yeah, you decide. I think those people are crazy. Lol, I hope it blows. I don't wish a failure upon Nolan's movie. I just don't care that much. The more I see about it, the less I actually care. Look at this, Boda Nielsen ahoy there on Rumble, my good old Swedish boy. How are you doing? Scalpers should have a special place in hell reserved for them. Yeah, you don't like them. And I know how you feel. I actually didn't like the scalpers, mainly in the GPU market. So yeah, fuck them. Fuck them, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I just find it interesting. The movie is still ongoing. Charlize Theron has to finish her scenes this month still. Those scenes are not even filmed completely yet. And the movie for IMAX is already selling the tickets, which is crazy. 1 year ahead of the release date. And the most crazy part is they are sold out. That's the most crazy part here. She's too busy with her trans kids. No, I don't think that had any issue, any saying in the filming. I hope not. Otherwise, fuck Nolan even more for giving her time for making more kids trans. Call of Duty is now asking players to verify their age. That's interesting. I thought that might be already the case since forever they are in online services, but yeah. As previously reported by Charlie in Intel, some players are receiving messages when logging into play Call of Duty, requiring them enter a date of birth before continuing to game. The age verification measure shouldn't be too surprising. Call of Duty games are packaged with a mature rating in the United States, which means the content is only intended for audiences aged 17 and up, as classified by the ESRB. Call of Duty receives these ratings due to the games featuring blood and gore, strong language, mature themes, and sometimes drug use. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and Warzone feature a variety of popular weed-smoking operators, such as Cheech and Chong, Jay and Silent Bob, Seth Rogen, fuck that guy, he is so lame, unbelievably lame, and Snoop Dogg, who is also lame and a gay Democrat, pretty much. Regardless, players will now be required to provide their full date of birth to Activision, Microsoft. Those who are underage will need to provide parental consent, and they are giving a pop-up with info on how to continue to play. One of the images shared by Charlie Intel, including a warning message one player received, which claims that if players do not provide their birth date by November 10th, 2025, their Call of Duty account will be deleted. That is crazy. What if you just take a break right now? You know, you didn't saw that message popping up this week. You're just taking a break and you try to log in after the 10th of November, and you can't because your account is gone. I think that's pretty whatever, man. That's crazy somehow. It's also worth noting that Activision is not requiring any actual proof of age in the form of identification. Players can input any date and claim it as their date of birth. Yeah, I bet people are gonna put in only their real birth date. I'm glad I had this topic yesterday about verification. I hope they don't fuck it up too much for the players. Keeps. Oh, my thing just got me. The fuck it got muted. Why? What is going on? I'm crazy. Yes, it's... Sorry. Test. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Bad ASMR. I have my audio now completely all the way down. I don't know what's going on. I think it's a USB issue. Something sick. I don't want to. Fucking hell. Why? Why now? Why? Why now? Man, turn it all the way down. I'm whispering right now. Very softly. Yeah. I'm gonna do it in a second. Okay, I hear stuff again. Give me a second. Sorry. I need attention. Find it. That's really not cool. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Not only my Bluetooth thing went off, but also my USB interface here. That's crazy. Are we good? Good. Okay. Try new stuff, breaks old stuff, I guess. Anyhow, yeah, I don't wish any bad times for anybody, even if I don't like the games, right? I have to mute myself. I don't want to hear myself in my ears. But yeah, they might come up with age verification via ID in the future. Who knows? Who knows? I just find it interesting that now they come up with that crap. Call of Duty is out since what, 25 years now, something like that, or at least 20 years, and now they come up with the age verification because of the online stuff. After being online service related for at least 10 years. Chinese junk. Oh, ball of tennis. I don't know what's going on. No, because this is connected via Bluetooth, right? And it also just went off itself. And my USB interface gave you like whatever. Crazy. Let me check the chat before we go to the next story. Your audio fucked. Yeah, we know. I know. We don't want to desensitize the kids to violence too young. Yeah, probably. But nipples forbidden. In the US, nipples, that's way worse than showing people being beheaded and shit. That's way worse. Nipples. The devil's nipples. Sound went, oh, your audio fucked. We know. Mic went full volume. No, it wasn't even full volume. It was something else. This is bad ASMR. And then the souls of all the children I ate are trying to escape as he talks. I don't eat children. They might be fucking gross in the first place. Unplug and plug. I did that pretty much. It sounds like the mic is short in. Okay, now whisper blah blah blah. Nipples are violence. Maybe. Layoffs not related to Microsoft for once. Who would have thought that? Despite layoff, 270 staff, development studio Virtuos remains fully committed to Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered, Cyberpunk 2077, and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I never realized that this studio was so involved in all kinds of IPs, actually. And we're going to read it here, and you're going to find out with me. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered development studio Virtuos has said it remains fully committed to ongoing work on the game, as well as contribution to Cyberpunk 2077 and Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, despite shedding up 270 staff. And it sounds like a lot, but it's a big studio, actually. In a statement today, Virtuos said it was evolving to meet the changing needs of its partners and the wider video games industry by cutting several hundred staff members, predominantly from its Asian workforce. The Asian workforce, which are cheaper already, and you're going to get rid of those? Why? I find that interesting. Describing the job losses as a rebalancing of roles across our studios and geographies. Virtuos said its changes would impact 200 roles in Asia and further 70 roles in Europe. Still, the company has made clear its team behind the recent, well-received Oblivion Remaster is not among those hardest hit. Fewer than 10 roles will be impacted in France, Virtuos continued, where the core team working on Oblivion Remaster is located. Oblivion Remastered Update 1.2 will soon be released widely. Ongoing work on Cyberpunk 2077, which only today received its latest patch, will continue, Virtuos assured. The same is also true of its team working on Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, due out on August 28. Discussing its staffing changes in more detail, Virtuos said the company's focus had shifted over the past 12 months. After acquisitions of teams in North America and Europe, it was now selectively exiting services segments where demand is weakening. We are grateful for the contributions of those impacted, Virtuos conclude. We are providing separation packages, career transition assistance, and opportunities for redeployment across our global network where possible. The company's immediate focus is on managing this transition with care, transparency, and respect. Yeah, I didn't read anything like this on any other layoffs recently, especially not on Microsoft's. Microsoft were more like, yeah, bye-bye. And we had even stories of some managers telling others, yeah, you can use AI to find a new job. Here's how. And if you need to be taken care of, use AI for emotional support and crap like that. This sounds more like they actually didn't want to lose those people, but they had to somehow, and still try to help them find a new jobs, find them maybe another position globally and all that. So that sounds way more feasible for the layoff people. Headquartered in Singapore, but with studios across the world, Virtuos employed 4,200 staff before the latest layoffs. The company is a renowned co-development partner that has contributed to a laundry list of recent blockbuster games, from Hogwarts Legacy to Call of Duty and Horizon Zero Dawn to Mortal Kombat 1, which Mortal Kombat 1 flopped here mostly, actually. Virtuous Cyberpunk 2077 Update 2.3 is available today for all platforms and adds new vehicles, jobs, blah, blah, blah. So it's a bigger studio, actually. I didn't know about that at all. So it's interesting to see. They are involved in all kinds of helping patches, helping a little DLC stuff, making completely new overhauls over certain stuff. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, big involvement there, pretty much doing the major work. Is my chat still around, or did I lose like connection, or just give me like a little hint there in the chat. Do I need to maybe refresh? Should I refresh? Let's refresh just in case. No, we should be fine. Yeah, so at least a little bit of respect. This studio has a little bit of respect for the layoffs, it seems. Sucker Punch would love an Infamous trilogy on PS5. What do you think about Infamous? I never played. I tried to play it, but never got into it. I actually downloaded it for PS4 back in the days, but the streaming was not great, so I have to play it on my PS3 now on the original hardware, the first two one. Sucker Punch wants to bring update versions of the Infamous franchise to PS5. In an interview with Game Informer about its upcoming exclusive Ghost of Yotei, creative director Nate Fox admitted that he wants to see the Seattle studio's back catalog brought forward to Sony's new gen console. I would love to work on more Infamous. I would love to see a trilogy re-release. But Sucker Punch is a one game at a time shop. And right now we are very focused on finishing Ghost of Yotei. Yeah, I mean, but Ghost of Yotei will come out in a few weeks, pretty much, in a few months. So I think you're telling us here right now that you're working on a remake of those Infamous things for PS5. And Sony might be on that bandwagon of making that happen. Investment-wise would be not a lot, I assume, actually. Story is there, you know, the assets, you can use a few of those. The gameplay you shouldn't change, otherwise you would lose like a lot of fans. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Infamous Second Son and its standalone expansion, Infamous First Light, can be played on the PS5 through backwards compatibility, but PS3 games Infamous and Infamous 2 can only be played using PS Plus Premium cloud streaming. And yes, that's what I used on the PS4 back in the days. Not a great experience, because this game needs to be like snappy. It needs to react instantly and all that. Otherwise, it feels very lame to play. Fans have been hopeful for years that Sony will find a way to make Coles McGrath's electrified adventures playable natively on PS5, but the platform's holders yet to make any real progress. It did release Sucker Punch's previous Sly Cooper trilogy through its PS2 emulator, however. Sly Cooper, which was this raccoon thief guy, no interest in that. So maybe after Ghost of Yotei, they are getting right onto that. I think it's a very, very interesting news at this very moment, you know. UrhG Flint Media. AI stuff. It's a little bit about Steam today. Like the main story is pretty much about Steam and Gabe Newell, like I said. Steam games disclosing generative AI use are up 800% this year. That's a lot. A lot of nuts. That's a lot of nuts. That's according to an analysis of generative AI games on Steam by Totally Human, which suggests that nearly 8,000 titles released on Steam now disclose Gen AI usage, compared to 1,000 a year ago. That's 7% of the total Steam library and 20% of all games released so far in 2025. And that's a lot of those are connected to what actually was banned or have been starting to be banned on Steam since yesterday. Like those graphical novels, you can make those very cheaply with AI stuff, just generate pictures and all that crap, right? So yeah, 800%, that's a lot. A lot of growth there in AI generative stuff. It's worth noting that although Steam requires games that use generative AI in their development to disclose the use, such disclosures are voluntary. So the actual number of games creating using Gen AI is likely higher than the 8,000 figure. In addition to disclosing whether generative AI was used, developers must describe exactly how it's used. This then appears on the game store in a section called AI Generated Content Disclosure. According to the analysis, 60% of generative AI disclosures so far are for virtual assets generation, so the creation of characters, backgrounds, art. Generative AI is also used for audio generation. Godzilla knows about that. Yeah, he knows about audio AI. Text generation, marketing, and promotional assets and code generation. AI is also being used for flagging of offensive user-created content and the generation of in-game content prompted by the player. So if you use like or make mods for games, they know about that too. Steam currently doesn't make it possible to filter its games so that only those without AI-generated content can be viewed, but SteamDB has now added this filter, which is weird why Steam doesn't just make it very obvious and very easy to find or exclude those AI-generated stuff. Maybe they will lose like too much because many games use AI stuff. Even if it's just text. According to this year's Game Developers Conference survey, a majority, 52% of developers reported working at companies that utilize generative AI tools. However, it appears that as usage has gone up, curiosity has gone down. 9% of developers surveyed said that their companies were interested in generative AI tools, down from 15% last year. 27% said their companies had no interest in using them, a 9-point increase from 2024. Yeah, but those are all smaller studios, smaller developers, probably one-man shows and all that, who think like, yeah, I'm going to do everything without AI or less interested in it. Microsoft, I need to remind everybody, has put in $80 billion in AI tools, AI networks and all that. And they laid off a lot of people. Again, over 9,000. Over 9,000 people have been laid off at Microsoft, predominantly on the Xbox front, game front. So they are going to use that AI stuff because it's cheaper and it's going to get better and better, and people are going to be served more and more AI slop without even knowing it's AI. That's the most scary part. People have zero like feel for quality these days, it seems. I see that every day on Rumble. On my main platform, where my people are. I see that people have even less and less taste for quality, unfortunately. That's just the reality of life. They're going to make Cole a woman and gay. Which Cole? Who Cole? Oh, the guy from Infamous, is that his name? Might even try to make him black, nicknamed Cole. I don't care. If they do that, they already lost me. Very simple. What was yeah, I forgot the title. A word about AI in game development. It's here and it's only getting worse. Yeah, even on the PS front, on the PS5 front, they are very aware of the AI stuff, and the pushsquare.com, which is mainly only for PS development and game release and all that news. Given just how many mass layoffs we're seeing across the industry, it's hard not to feel concerned about gaming's current trajectory. If generative AI is catching on this quickly among smaller studios, it's surely only a matter of time until big publishers really start weighing up the cost-cutting potential of these AI platforms. Yes, that's true. So it's just going to get worse if we are not aware, if we are not keeping an eye, if we are not conscious about this development in with AI stuff. It's our own fault too if we don't speak up about it. If we just accept the slop, the bad quality, the low quality, the low effort crap and all that, right? If we keep accepting that, we are just going to get more of it. Very fucking simple. Because if the studio doesn't get like a little hint, hey, that looked really shitty. The whole game was feeling very awkward. Please don't do that anymore that intensely in your games. They're just gonna keep doing it. It's not like magic. It's not like they can read your mind. If you don't speak up, they take it as an okay for them to keep going. The eye is his butthole. Gay eye for the Swiss guy. No. I think it's shit how AI can take over creative industries while we all work on actual hard stuff, but it can't do those jobs. Oh, it can. Depends just how big of a network you use. AI can do pretty much everything these days. You wouldn't even notice if like good AI tools being used all over the board. And politicians are being like imitated and all that, right? They know how to do that very well. But what will happen with all the diversity hires? It's gonna be just a gay black trans AI. They're just gonna claim an identity to it, and they're good. It's just cheaper, man. We have to lay you off. Sorry, your gender study means jack shit to us now. Okay, we're gonna watch this one because I find it so interesting. It's Gabe Newell. We're gonna listen to Gabe Newell. We're gonna hear how his day is going, like his routine. Are you ready? Why is it muted? Sorry. Let me check. Brave. Why is Brave muted? That should not be the case, for fuck's sake. Might be OBS fault because it got a little bit confused of this audio shortage there.
Team, I guess.
Okay, we're good. Sorry.
What is the daily routine of Mr. Gabes?
My daily routine, I get up, I work, I go scuba diving, work some more, If I either go on a second scuba dive or I
So that's Gabe Newell, the guy who made Half-Life. The guy who is still supposedly on doing Half-Life 3. That's how he looks today.
go to the gym and work out. Then I work. I live on a boat, so I just hang out with everybody on the boat. Then I work. I work 7 days a week.
He looks like he is very poor. He is like maybe a hobo. Like he struggles a lot. But I will remind everybody, he's talking from his boat, from his yacht. And he has billions. He still owns the majority of Steam and Valve, which is making him money on a daily basis because it's the biggest game store online, right? So he's getting all the time money. He's the biggest owner of shareholder,
Working from my bedroom, as you can tell. I like working. It's fun. To me, it doesn't feel like work. It's like, the kinds of things that I get to do every day are super awesome. I mean, it sounds. I mean, I've said it before, but I mean, when you retire, you want to stop doing your horrible job and then go do what is sort of most fun and entertaining. And so, I've been retired in that sense, I've been retired for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's retired in the sense that he doesn't need to do anything anymore. But because he has so much money, he can do all kinds of stuff.
I'm getting to work with Drew and Jeremy on AI stuff, or Chris on Steam.
On AI stuff, so he is involved in all that too. So he knows what the path of humanity is, and he's not gonna let it just pass him. So he's gonna do some AI stuff himself.
Stuff, or we're building. In one of the companies, we're working on an aerosol pathogen detection device, so you can see all.
Aerosol pathogen detection. So he's involved now all of a sudden too with one of his companies in health issues, like aerosols, finding bad aerosols, maybe viruses.
The pathogens that are in the air, brain-computer interfaces are incredibly cool.
So it's pretty much similar to Elon Musk, actually, like here too. Brain interface.
And all of the associated neuroscience is incredibly cool. So I just work all the time. But, it's not like, oh my God, I'm up late at night, slaving away on stuff. It's more like I can't go to sleep because I'm having fun,
Yeah, I don't know how to feel now about Gabe Newell after hearing just this little snippet of the whole longer interview there. He seems to be one of those guys who knows what's going on, and he will contribute to this enslavement of the human mind, like in the health department, developing a neurochip for your brain, an interface there. Maybe he's gonna get together with Elon Musk in the future. I think he's not our friend. Gabe Newell is not our friend either. Just like Elon Musk is not our friend. He's like Forrest Gump cutting the grass for free. He's not doing anything for free, no. He's not doing anything for free. Yeah, down in the video description, as usual, all the links to the news articles. Read it for yourself. Watch the whole interview linked in this article and all that. Just interesting, right? He has billions and billions of US dollars on his accounts. Is working from a yacht, like far away from the cities, to have his peace, but still, it feels like he's contributing to the enslavement of humans. Okay, now let me just check out something. If if people are even watching. How many people are even watching? How many people do we have? About 18, supposedly on Rumble. And I've added, because Rumble in Studio finally added the ad campaign stuff as an overlay. I just want to try it out. Make money campaigns. Let me click on that. Question is if they implemented it to my studio. Gonna make like 30 cents. Go get all your friends into this stream to make more sense for me. Can I select? That's the other question. Is it even working? Or are they just telling me get that overlay? I need minimum 10 viewers. Yeah, but I can't select jack shit. What happens if I click on it? Nothing. Well, no 30 cents for me. That's fine. I just try to make it somewhat maybe happen. Like towards the end, after the main news, after the main articles. Check it here, donations, live chat. No, they don't show me anything else. It feels like they are lying to me. Why are you lying to me? Stream details, encoding. No, we don't need anything of that. Yeah, well, whatever, Rumble. I just checked it out. We good. We good. Sorry for the little delay here. We're almost to the end, so why? I don't see anything because I'm Rumble Premium. Oh, you're gonna see if it would work. You would see it. I can do at least like the test ad campaign. You know, I can do at least a test. If I have not deleted it, maybe I have to. Oh, here. That's how it would look. You know, that's how it would look. In the future, may make it like 30, 40 extra cents for 30 seconds of work. Why not? Why the fuck not? It's not gonna derail us anyway. Yeah, what do you think about Gabe Newell? I think he's not our friend. It feels like very awkward what I heard of him. I never heard that coming out of his mouth. That neurochip development, that aerosol detection for pathogens. Very, very awkward, in my opinion. I guess a pro, do not try this at home or on your boat. Well, I needed to do it now to test it out once. You know, it just came out today, this option. I needed to check it out if it was possible to use it. So shut your mouth, Beam. Or give me your money. How about giving me your money? Tomb Raider composer jailed for fraudulent obtaining UK government COVID-19 loans. That's a funny story, kind of. I mean, not funny for him, but overall funny sounding. Peter Connolly, a composer and sound designer best known for his work on the Tomb Raider series, has been jailed for fraudulent obtaining a loan from the UK government during the COVID-19 pandemic. In a statement from the UK's insolvency service, Durham-based Connolly was said to have obtained a legitimate $29,500 US dollars, 22k British pounds, government bounce back loan, and then again a month later for 50,000 US dollars, 30,700 British pounds at a different bank, even though businesses were only entitled to one such loan. Connolly was also found to have deliberately inflated his company's financial position during the first few months of the pandemic in 2020, reporting a turnover of 201,500 US dollars, 150,000 British pounds, in 2019, when it was in fact 77,900 US dollars, 58,000. 58,000. No, what? You're missing a zero here. 58,000 British pounds. In interviews with the insolvency service, Connolly stated that he had been given the opportunity to reimagine the music for the Tomb Raider soundtrack, describing it as a significant project which had the potential to be very lucrative. He reportedly took out personal loans and sold his car to finance the work, but that stalled at the start of the pandemic. By August 2021, Connolly's company, Peter Connolly Limited, had gone into liquidation. At the Durham court yesterday, July 17, the composer was sentenced to 16 months in prison and disqualified as a company director for 6 years. 16 months? That's quite some time actually for just being like fraudulent with a little bit money. And this doesn't tell us if he could have managed to give it back somehow so far, you know. I seen news articles with pedophiles not getting that amount of imprisonment, that's just a concerning part for me, really. I don't mind he gets prison time for getting money out of the taxpayers pretty much at this point, right? But that's 16 months. And he can't be any director of any company in the future. 60 years. Peter Connolly blatantly disregarded the rules of the bounce back loan scheme designed to support small and medium-sized businesses during the pandemic, said David Snasdell, chief investigator at the Insolvency Service, the organization responsible for the tackling bounce back loan misconduct. Connolly not only secured 2 loans when businesses were only allowed 1, but deliberately inflated his company's turnover to receive more money than he was entitled to. Yeah, but also, did they take in consideration about the government just fucking everybody up in that period? You know, in this scamdemic, like locking people away and not letting them work freely and all that shit? Did they take that into the sentence as a considering factor? Probably not, because fuck the government. And courts are part of the government, believe it or not. While at original Tomb Raider developer core designed, Connolly worked in sound design on Tomb Raider 3 Adventure of Lara Croft, and later as a leading composer for Tomb Raider The Last Revelation and Tomb Raider Chronicles. 2003's Tomb Raider The Angel of Darkness, which Connolly co-wrote with Martin Iveson, featured the London Symphony Orchestra. After core, Connolly went... After core? You mean after court? I don't know. Very bad written article, probably. Connolly went on to work... core design, sorry. Worked on the likes of 2011's Driver San Francisco at the Ubisoft Reflections, Watch Dogs, The Crew, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, and most recently 2023's Dead Island 2, which was designed for 2014, but yeah. Thank you, Bimo. News update. Chun-Li actress has posted nice leg booty photo. Look it up for research. I'm gonna look it up. The first stuff pictures we saw from her, she has no thighs. Very disappointed so far. But thank you for the $2, buddy. And at the very end, we need to see something here. With less than a year until GTA 6, Rockstar finally launches GTA 5 and GTA Online in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. As the world waits for the Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar has finally released GTA 5 and GTA Online in both Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Despite launching almost 12 years ago and selling 250 million copies elsewhere in the world, neither Saudi Arabia nor the UAE had previously cleared Rockstar's 2013's blockbuster for sale until this week. First, I'm surprised they finally release it there, or can finally release it there, because of their censor departments and ministries. They don't like drugs, which is, I guess, okay, but why now? Why is it now allowed? So there must be like a lot of money be involved because of the next GTA. They want not to lose like this market, I guess. And I didn't know about this number, man. 215 million copies were sold of GTA 5. That's fucking insane. I think it's the most sold game, probably. 215 million. Issues over the game's age rating, local regulations banning games with violence, sex, drug use have long stood in the way of local fans playing GTA 5 legally. Though, as Nico Partners reported, highlighted, some fans have previously got around restrictions by quietly importing boxed copies or downloading the game via PlayStation or Xbox accounts linked to other regions. Yeah, you can get around with that. For example, with a VPN and then making a new account while you're connected with the VPN in, I don't know, Switzerland. Proton VPN, link down below. Proton, give me more money. Give me money at all. How about that? She's getting some gains for the role. Good on her. If she is getting those hips and thighs, I'm all for it. GTA 5's second biggest sales ever. Minecraft is number one. Yeah, but Minecraft was always kind of free too on many platforms at the beginning, you know. Are those counted as selling, you know, the main base game? I remember that. It might be now to be paid, no matter what copy you get, but yeah, Minecraft also crazy. Yes, I agree. That is GTA. Rockstar is not giving any shit for free out. So I think that's more legit. This number here. She's only eating oatmeal porridge. No right. Good for her. Shall we have me and we are a little bit over, but well, how do I find her? What was her name? Nali or some? I don't even remember. Chun-Li actress 2025. What was her name? Kalina Liang. Are we gonna find pictures of her newest pictures and go to Bing? Chun-Li. How about that? Are we gonna see something? Don't see immediately any new pictures here. What should I search, Beamer? Come on. It's now your time to shine. What exactly should I search? Set. Only chance. No. I'm not gonna. That doesn't sound safe. That doesn't sound safe. I mean, I'm here on a safe search filter middle. As an elite hexer, you might add booty in search. Chun-Li booty? Kalina Liang. Yeah, I've seen this picture, for example, but that is also... That's not her. Is that her? Yeah, but that's just the way she walks here, just to point out the hip a little bit. That's not Chun-Li. That's not Chun-Li. That's my point. That's just not Chun-Li so far. How about the thigh? No, we don't find anything really. Oh, that's a great picture. It's not her, but yeah, fake it this way. It's not about being exactly like the game version, but look, that's her normal figure. That's her normal, no, not her. That's her normal figure. I showed the first time she was announced as the pick for Chun-Li. I went over searching for pictures about her. It's just not what it is, man. Not sure if this her. That's not her. No, that's not her. Boden is showing me. That's unfortunately not her. I mean, I can show it to everybody. Copy that link. I wish. But that's not her. That's clearly not her. That would be great. Flatter than Brie Larson. Yeah, that's telling. Brie Larson has actually a great figure overall. Nice pair of titties. She can't run if she has to save her life. If you have ever seen her running in Marvel in her own movie, it's a disgrace, man. She can't fucking run. But she has overall a good figure there. No, I don't see any development yet from her, and BMO is not. She will never be like BMO is not providing any sources. But thank you for the $2, no matter what. I appreciate the $2. I appreciate all the rants, by the way, as usual. Thank you for being around. I hope you had enough of fun with me today. I hope I didn't destroy some of your ears out there because of my audio issues. I don't know what went on. I just know, I guess I can't use those in the future anymore. I tried it yesterday. It worked fine. Today it just was fucked. And yeah, that's it. Every day, 10 a.m. Eastern on this channel, Switzerland Play It, the news. You're gonna hear it from me, Ike, Monday through Friday. I hope I'm gonna see you again. I'm gonna stream some Ghost of Tsushima this weekend for sure. Don't know if it's gonna be Saturday or Sunday, maybe both, who knows. But I welcome every viewer and every ranter, and down in the video description, all the links for the articles as usual. Go check them out for yourself if you didn't like my reading, because I am not a native English-speaking guy, but I do pretty well. If I consider like Beardo on GNG not being able to fucking read, if he has to save his life, or Gary from Nerdrotics. I mean, in his case, it's more like he was kicked out of 3 high schools, and his reading ability because of the eyes is not great. But come on, I'm better than Beardo. Give me more money. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.